Wages of Ice is the 5th level adventure from Journeys Through the Radiant Citadel. It was written by T.K. Johnson and involves a murder mystery in Cinda. Unfortunately, it is also the first adventure in the book that I didn't really care for. In fact, this is my second attempt at recording a review, as the first one was about 30 minutes of me going pretty in-depth and getting pretty nitpicky. In this try, I will keep my concerns in, but keep them a lot shorter and summarized. So let's begin with the plot. Cinda is ran by a powerful group of rich elites known as the Kings of Coin. They made a deal with a witch. The witch would create a powerful crop, the jelly flower, to make the Kings of Coins tons of money. The Kings of Coins would send their children, the Princes of Coin, off to be the witch's apprentices. But once the flower is made, the Kings of Coin murder the witch. Now it's 5 years later, and the witch's daughter, Kala, is exacting revenge by murdering the Princes of Coin. She uses a poison called Biza's Breath that magically drives people who inhale it mad. The victims begin attacking everyone around them, which Kala hopes will include murdering the princes. The player characters enter the game when they find a body and are presumed to be the killers. This shifts quickly into the players being hired to find the real killer. They are given a name and a location to begin their quest, and after the players arrive to this first place they've been told to go, they are explained the whole backstory and who the killer is, regardless of what actions they take. The players confront Kala as she is attempting to use her poison and have another Prince of Coin murdered at a parade. The party must defeat Kala and the powerful spirit known as the Biza. They can also talk Kala out of the revenge plan she's been concocting for 5 years with a few good rolls. Alright, so that's the adventure. I won't go into full detail, but essentially my concerns were: 1. The decisions of the NPCs make no sense. This is something that can really take away the immersion for me. The NPCs don't feel like real people. All their choices seem to exist just to push the storyline for the party. 2. The players are just along for the ride. I'm usually a defender of games others refer to as railroading, but this game feels like a story the Dungeon Master is telling the players rather than a game everyone's playing together. 3. The plot is a bit muddy and the characters are forgettable. With 6 Kings of Coins and 5 Princes of Coin, it can feel like there's a lot of people the party needs to learn about, but in practice, all but a few of them are essentially MacGuffins. The party gets into fights to save people they haven't met yet. They could be rescuing ice sculptures and not see much of a difference. And finally, Wages of Ice will suffer more for those of us who are running a Radiant Citadel campaign. This isn't the fault of the adventure itself, but something I thought I'd mention. This is the 4th festival in a row, prompting a new condition I like to call festival fatigue. Written Blood is an early adventure that also involves fighting normal citizens who's gone temporarily mad, and it has a similar quest reward. Comparing it to the previous adventure, The Fiend of Hollow Mine has a lot of similarities too. They begin with a mistaken identity fight before the PCs are hired by a powerful woman to stop mysterious killings. The killings are due to some terrible fathers, and it all leads to a parade fight. Alright, now let's talk about how we can improve Wages of Ice. For starters, I like the idea of getting rid of the princess altogether. Maybe the witch wanted gold, or land, or something, but either way she's still killed. This way we don't awkwardly double the number of characters the PCs need to keep track of. Next, let's have the backstory about the Kings of Coins murdering a witch for the jelly flower thrown in at the beginning. This is all explained in an exposition dump anyway, and the party has never time to consider other options, so it's not really a mystery. Now the players have to figure out how the witch is getting revenge. After all, supposedly she's been killed. The daughter being the one getting revenge will come as a bit of a twist, and then when the Biza turns out to be the witch, it'll be a bit of a twist back. This twist then twist back is known as the chiropractic school of storytelling. I'd also like to double down on the theme of greed. So even though the Kings of Coins are afraid of being murdered, they're more afraid of the business they'll lose if they don't present a strong face at the biggest festival of the year. The party can influence where the kings go to celebrate, though, if they're looking to set up a trap. I'm hoping the fight against the divas feels less like a cutscene if it's partially the result of player choice. Finally, I'd like to beef up the character Samira. Right now, she basically hires the player characters off the street almost completely at random. I'd like to portray Samira as a powerful information broker. Samira knows the party is in town and knows of the past heroics. Knowing things is her business. Samira hires the players because she believes in their abilities, not because she stumbled upon them at a parade. This will cut out a fight against some guards, but in the magical, exciting world of Dungeons and Dragons, fighting guards is pretty dull typically. I'm also hopeful with Samira being a great information broker, the party might come back to her in future when they need such a service. If I can make a character in a game a recurring one by player choice, that's always exciting. Overall, I think there's definitely some fun to be had with this adventure. I do like the idea of letting your players go nuts in a city that caters to every vice. That was easily the most fun my players had with this game. They did enjoy the rest of it too, but I think that's more to do both with the changes I made and the fact that they're good players who know how to find the fun. I don't think I'll be running this adventure again unless I invest the time in doing a major overhaul. I will say once again, I am really enjoying the Radiant Citadel's art. I want to get these 2 pictures mounted on my wall so visitors will see them and say, wow, that must have been one fantastic D&D adventure. And I'll reply,